Have you ever wondered about the fabric of our universe? What if I told you that one ancient philosopher hypothesized that everything you see, touch, and experience is essentially just air in different states? This is the philosophy of Anaximenes, who lived around 546 BCE. Anaximenes, a pre-Socratic philosopher from Miletus, proposed that air is the fundamental substance of the universe. It's a common misconception that this belief was a step backward from the progression made by Thales and Anaximander, his philosophical predecessors. However, Anaximenes' philosophy offers a more nuanced perspective. Anaximenes didn't concern himself with the original state of a mythical ancient world. Instead, he focused on the physical world as we know it today. His hypothesis was that all things in the universe are different states of air, varying in levels of rarity and density. He proposed that different degrees of air compression give rise to all phenomena in the world. When air is at its thinnest state, it becomes fire. When it condenses, it turns into wind, then cloud, and eventually water. This process of transformation, according to Anaximenes, is eternal. It's a continuous cycle of air acquiring different properties based on the change it undergoes. Anaximenes' innovative approach lies in his explanation of how things acquire their characteristics. He pointed towards processes of rarefaction and condensation, constantly changing air into different forms. This brings us to the next key point of Anaximenes' philosophy. In his view, the properties of matter that we are familiar with, like heat and cold, are side effects of the processes happening within the matter itself. Compressed matter is cold, while rarefied matter is hot. This implies that the fundamental substance in nature doesn't inherently possess the properties we associate with it. Rather, these properties are acquired through the process of transformation. Anaximenes' philosophy also extends to the relationship between the macrocosm and the microcosm. He posited that air is the origin of all existing things, from which everything forms and eventually dissolves back into. The air holds our body together, much like glue. Without it, we would disintegrate. This air, according to Anaximenes, is our soul. Drawing a parallel to the world at large, he suggested that the world too has air that fills it, acting as its soul. This naturalistic approach sees a direct overlap between humans and the world, tying us intrinsically to the universe. To summarize, Anaximenes' philosophy revolved around the concept of air as the fundamental substance of the universe. He proposed that everything in the world is a different state of air, altered by processes of rarefaction and condensation. He believed that the properties of matter are side effects of these processes and not inherent traits. Lastly, he saw a parallel between humanity and the universe, proposing that just as air acts as our soul, it also acts as the soul of the world. This philosophy, while ancient, provides a unique perspective on how we perceive the world around us, reminding us of our deep connection with the universe.